The changes in Amazon fees aren't always the bad news for Amazon sellers. They can sometimes be even beneficial. In this video, Yoni Mazur from Getida gives us an overview of the main Amazon fees and recent changes which can actually be beneficial for you depending on your product category. You will also learn about a few Amazon programs for brand registered sellers and how to make the most out of reimbursements. And if you want to use Getida to get money back, which Amazon owes you, check the link below in the description.
Hello, Yoni. I'm really happy to have you back on Orange Click YouTube channel to talk about some of the fee updates that have been taking place on Amazon Marketplace. And you're going to also share some additional tips with our sellers community about some of the programs Amazon is having for the sellers, but also you have some more good tips in store for us. But as always, before we start, could you first introduce yourself briefly and also tell us what is Getida and what you do in Amazon space?
You got it. So nice to be here again, Lizette. Thank you for having us. A little bit about myself. My name is Yoni Mazur. I'm one of the co-founders and chief growth officer of Getida. Getida, we're a technology company, and our mission is very simple, is to make sure that you, the Amazon FBA seller, you get the maximum FBA reimbursements that you're eligible to receive. We're the largest organization in the world focused just on this matter. We have tens of thousands of users, but we also have a team of 240 employees in 12 countries, and we audit tens of billions of dollars of transactions on FBA every day. And with this episode, we really wanted to kind of hone in and focus on all the Amazon fee updates and changes that they kind of announced recently. It's really creating a lot of pressure on sellers. Costs are rising, so I want to address those so you're familiar with the fees and you can prepare and do things better. And beyond that, we'll have really good, interesting tips and strategies to save on fees and costs of selling on Amazon in general. So I think that's always good, because if prices are going up in one way and you have ability to reduce in another, I think you're going to be in a better shape. That's in short what we have a plan for today.
Okay, very good. So where should we start to kind of get going with this presentation?
I think first we go to Vienna, then we go to Berlin. With this tour. But in the meantime, I'll just share my screen and we'll start with the slides. Like we said, Amazon fee updates and important tips in general to save on costs. So let's get started. I guess a little bit more about myself. I actually began selling online in e-commerce in around 2010. I started selling on Amazon in 2013. I grew the business very quickly from 0 to 20 million. Then to about 100 million. And then we created an FBA auditing and refunds solution for the business, for us. It worked really well for us. So then we got requested by many other sellers to help them with their FBA auditing and refunds needs. And that really created Getida back in 2015. I cashed out of retail in 2019. 2022, Getida, we already partnered with private equity, so we became even more global. And yeah, like I mentioned earlier, we audit tens of billions of dollars of FBA transactions daily. This is here actually in Seattle, in the Amazon Accelerator Conference in Seattle. So I do recommend everybody to come and join us. Were you there last year?
No, actually, I have never been to Accelerate before, but I would like to go. I think it's a great event, right?
Yeah, definitely a great event. It's like really, we're coming thousands. We're coming from all over the world. It's really spectacular. So it'll be nice to see you guys as well, the Orange Click team. Okay, so now without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is where it's at. There's a lot going on, say the least, right? And we're going to go over it one by one so you guys really understand what's going on and can take better actions. But in short, you see on the right, we created like an environment where you can see in green, this is really kind of good changes actually. The yellow, it means it could be good or bad, depends what you do. And the red is really not really good for you. Okay, so let's go one by one. Now you see also the effective dates. Some of them are, most of them are still in effect, but some of them, Amazon's actually kind of postponing it, delaying it because they're worried about how it's going to affect the seller. So let's get started one by one. So the FBA fulfillment fee rates. Okay. So in general, they're just going to lower the fulfillment rates. The fulfillment rate is where Amazon picks the unit from the bin, it packages it in a box and sends it out. So when you sell an FBA, you have to pay this fee. So it's saying on average, it's going to decrease, the fee per unit between 20 cents all the way to 61 cents, depending on the tier of the size, because the fees are based on weight and dimensions of the product. So the larger and heavier it is, the more fees you pay, because there are different tiers. But in general, it's a good thing because they're going to lower it. And this really kind of started April 15th, so it's in effect. That's good for sellers, right? They're lowering the fees. Additional info, additional 77 cents discount for product priced below $10. Back in the day, they had the small light program. They kind of shifted it to say anything under $10. It will simply have a kind of a lower fee fulfillment fee. So they reduced it by 77 cents. And this is monthly storage fees. So non-peak storage fees. Non-peak is anything by November, December. November, December, that's Christmas season, that's the peak. Any other month is non-peak. Okay, for standard size product, the standard tier, okay, not the large stuff. So they're gonna reduce it, the monthly storage, by an average of 9 cents per cubic foot. Okay, it's not per unit, it's per cubic foot. So in general, it's good. It started April 1st. Great. Referral fee reduction for apparel. This is really Amazon's response for Shein and Temu. Temu. These Chinese platforms, they came out with fast fashion, for products under $20, $15, $10, and they're really kind of expanding very, very quickly on the U.S. market and the world. So Amazon has decided to reduce the fees for items priced under $15. The referral fee is being reduced from 17% to 5%, which is really dramatic. They're dropping it down like, 70+%. And I've never seen that really happen to this magnitude with Amazon. So in short, you can kind of say here in this category of apparel, competition, I guess, is good. The competition came in and Amazon realized, hey, if they're coming in so strong, it means that this category really has potential to grow at large. So let's also make a move and see how much more we can grow it and test it out. And also for products priced under between $15 and $20, the fee will be reduced from 17 to 10%. Okay, so it started January 15th, so it's in effect. Let's see how this head-to-head competition with Shein and Temu leads to. Will be interesting to see. All right, U.S. FBA new selection program. So you'll get an average 10% rebate or credit on eligible new to FBA parent product sales. In other words, Amazon is sending a signal that they want you, the sellers, to expand your ASINs and your product selection within the platform, so they can offer more to their customers. So any new ASIN, parent ASIN that you sent to FBA, that was, it could be that you're selling FBA and fulfilled by merchant for with the parent ASIN for many years, but now you are going to convert it for the first time to FBA and send it in. They'll give you a 10% rebate or credit, which is pretty interesting, and definitely that could be good for Amazon sellers. That's March 1st, 2024. Okay, so this is the first section of the updates. So far, so good. Sometimes it's good, to have cost reductions, a better, lower fees and credits. That's really a nice party. Let's go to where it becomes kind of yellow, where, you don't know if the driver stopped. Let's see what happens. Okay, inbound placement service fee. Okay, this is the one that I believe they keep on extending, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're supposed to already start in March 1st, but, they delayed it to end of April, and now it's end of May. It hasn't started in effect yet, but let's talk about it. Standard size product, they're going to add a 27 cents per unit fee, okay, all the way to $1.58 per unit fee for, the products that you ship to FBA. So you ship to FBA in bulk, okay, and then they're going to have to kind of separate the units between all their FBA warehouses. And because of that, they're going to charge you 27, anywhere between 27 cents all the way to 158, depends on the weight and dimensions and the tier of your product, your ASIN. And so this can be good for FBA who split the FBA shipments, but it can be bad for sellers who ship in bulk. In other words, if you send it in bulk, you're going to be charged the fee. And this is the best way for you to ship. It can be good for you. But obviously, if you can ship not in bulk, in other words, you can split your shipment, because what happens is Amazon, so there's two, let me go back a little bit. When you ship to FBA, you have right now two options. Ship it in bulk, and then Amazon will split it. Or instead of that, they'll tell you where to split it. They'll say, I need you to split to 5 locations, X amount of units here, X amount of units there, X amount of units there, and you do it. And if you do that, you can avoid these fees. So if you cannot avoid these, if you need to ship in bulk anyways, it's fine. But if you don't have to ship in bulk and you do ship in bulk, it's an issue for you, because it's going to add a lot of fees per unit. And this is before you sold anything, before you advertise on PPC, anything like that. They're going to charge you fees just to have the units on FBA. $1.58 per unit, that can be a lot. You ship 10,000 units, that can be, $16,000 you pay just to receive it on FBA. So definitely this is scaring a lot of sellers. That's why it keeps on being pushed, because sellers are not really understanding what's going on, especially if you source from Asia, from China. You tell your factory they used to ship it in the container to one location, and now they have to split it, and you're going to be charged the fees. Now the sellers are trying to configure with their factories or their logistics providers. Okay, they have to ship it to and split to, at least 5 locations. Can you do it for me or not? And they're trying to figure it out. If it is, what will be the cost? Because your factory might charge you extra fees for that. If they don't, great, you should do it. But if they do, you need to compare their pricing to Amazon's pricing. So it's kind of complex. It could be good or bad how you play it. But if you could go around it and split it with no extra cost, you're going to be doing great, because others will have to pay the fees and you're going to be more competitive. They might have to raise their prices. You might not. You might be able to, keep your prices or even give a discount, stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Okay, optional reduce or no fee based on single or multiple shipment locations. That's fine. We spoke about it. Basically said if you do the split, you won't pay it. All right, here's another good or bad, depends if you can accommodate this. So it's called the SIP program. SIP is ships in product packaging. Okay, you can get a 4 cents up all the way to $1.32 of discount based on obviously your size and weight tier. In other words, you know how sometimes you buy a printer, and if you buy a printer, or I bought like a TV on Amazon. I bought a Sony TV television, and it didn't come. It was a big box with the TV, but it didn't have Amazon's box around it. It had Sony's box. That's what's called shipped in product packaging. So this way, it reduces Amazon's need to package, add more packaging, more cardboard or whatever. So it's better for the environment, and also it's more cost effective. So they're offering you a discount for that. So if you are able to create a packaging and enter this program, and where you have a nice, box or cardboard, so Amazon just slaps their shipping label on it and they ship it out. It's really good. It could be good. If not, and you have to kind of create, I don't know, if you have it in let's say you're selling a t-shirt, and it just comes with a nylon bag and it's transparent. Obviously, it's not gonna be eligible, so you're gonna have to put it in another bag or another envelope or a package. Then you're not gonna be able to get the discount. So SIP program, we touched on that. It could be good or bad. Supply chain by Amazon and additional info. So they're saying there's gonna be updated rates and benefits for Amazon Global Logistics, AGL they call it, partner carrier program, and Amazon warehousing distribution. New discounts for auto replenished products. So could be good if you use Amazon. So here's what's going on. They're telling you like this. Remember how we said here that inbound placement fees? So basically, this is saying this area is supply chain by Amazon, that if you use Amazon Global Logistics, right? So from the factory to, use AGL, Amazon Global Logistics, which is, that's Amazon AGL, Amazon Global Logistics pretty much means their boats, their airplanes, anything that kind of, globally ships from one country to another or cross border. So if you use AGL plus use AWD, which is Amazon Warehouse Distribution, in other words, from the factory it goes to their, AWD warehouses, and then from over AWD they're able to ship and drip into FBA. You're gonna avoid all these fees, the inbound placement fees. So I guess 2 ways to avoid these fees. One is you split your shipments, or instead you use AGL or supply chain by Amazon, right? AGL, partner carrier program, and Amazon AWD, which is warehousing and distribution, and you're gonna be able to avoid it. Okay, so this could be good if you use it, or if it works for you. But if not, you can still avoid those fees. That's why all this area, is kind of the yellow. It's in the middle. It depends on how you play it. All right. Now let's get to the red. Clear red. Clearly not so good. But before that, any questions, Lisette, thoughts, ideas, any tips you heard about this?
I actually just wanted to say very good information so far about the SIP program, Ships in Product Packaging. We actually just recorded a video for our Orange Click YouTube channel with the representative of this program from Amazon. So I hope by the time this video is live, we're going to have that video already on our channel as well. So go ahead over to that video as well to learn more of the details, because yeah, it's kind of cool program, and there are a lot of products for which this program is suitable for. There are also items that are not maybe the best or qualified to take part of the program, but this is something new. I know a lot of sellers are not yet aware of the program at all. So yeah, was good to see you highlighting this here as well.
Yeah, my general philosophy in business, especially in Amazon, any advantage you can take on lowering your fees or cost structures, you have to do it. Because if not, others will. They're gonna do very well, and it's gonna be very hard for you to stick in the stay in the business for long term. So be very religious about all these things. So I know it's a lot complicated. You have to change, but change keeps you in the game for long term. And at the end of the day, you're gonna have more money in your pocket, which is the reason you're doing all this for. You're not doing all this work to just have a easy work. This is your work. Your work is to work, right? And then hopefully you have a comfortable life. With the money you make, which is the goal, you'll be able to have a better life. So that's a quick note of philosophy. All right, so here's the red. Low inventory level fee applies to standard size product for consistently low inventory relative to sales. So avoidable while maintaining more than 4 weeks of inventory. So if you're used to kind of maybe let's say you're sourcing from the US, let's say you sell supplements, and from the factory you use, you ship to Amazon in only a week or 2 or 3 of supply, and they resell really fast, you're gonna have an issue now. because if you don't have at least 4 weeks of supply, they're going to charge you a fee for that. So they're going to charge you a fee for not having enough. But if you send too much, you have 60 or 90 days supply, you're going to pay Amazon storage fees. So it's kind of complicated, but so it's bad for you, for FBA sellers who keep a lower FBA stock and replenish fast, like I just mentioned. So that's kind of the red area, and it started April 1st, so not so pleasant. It already started. And then return processing fee applies to high return rate products, excluding apparel and shoes. Starts June 1st. Not really good for FBA sellers. So in other words, if you have a high return rate on any category besides apparel, which is clothing and shoes, they're gonna start charging you a special return rate, fee for that. So this is Amazon's way of saying, if you have your products selling on FBA on Amazon, make sure the information is really accurate, the quality is really good, so you have really good conversions and really good reviews and really good performance and very little returns. Because if your returns are too high, I'm not sure exactly what the rate is right now. This is going to start June 1st. I think there will be more clarity, but you guys should be attentive to that. They're going to start charging you more fees. It'll be more costly. First of all, also you're going to lose the sales. It's never good. You're going to pay all the return fee, restocking fees, and additional fees. In other words, it's signaling that they don't really want bad, low quality products on the platform. And if that's what you have in your catalog right now, and you already know that you have it, either fix it or stop selling it. That's pretty much my quick recommendation for that. So this is a lot. The Amazon announced all of this back in December 5th of 2023, and they kind of rolled out the schedule for the whole year of 2024. A lot to kind of understand and make decisions for. So hopefully it was a good overview for you guys. Now we're gonna considering that fees all around here might get higher for some of you or maybe most of you. We're gonna actually kind of quickly shift towards important tips that you can consider to utilize, and hopefully we can lower your cost of selling, and hopefully you'll be able to offset some of these fees and or even beyond, and make even more profit because of those changes that you can make. So here's a quick tip. This is courtesy of Incremental Digital, our friends from Incrementum Digital, led by Liran Hirschkorn, our friend. These are Seller Central top diagnostic tools in 2024. Okay, these are kind of tools that you already have within Seller Central that it can help you kind of do some diagnostic, but more on the advertising side of things, because Incremental Digital is advertising top leading agency for Amazon sellers and brands out there. So you can take a snapshot of that and go over it. And that's a quick one. But here's one that can help you kind of beyond diagnostic tools for your advertising and stuff like that, which if you have better diagnostics and you do better advertising and you save on advertising costs, this one is a quick one, and I think it's worth your while, because if you are expanding and let me go back a little bit. Amazon called this program Amazon Seller Incentives Program. So if you're going to open a new account on Amazon US, Japan, or Europe, including UK, they're going to give you a 5% bonus credit on your first $1 million in sales. But you're going to have your own brand for this, by the way. So only if you have brand registry, you're eligible for this program. So you can save up to $50,000 in fees on your first $1 million of revenue. So if you are watching this and think about opening a brand in those marketplaces, make sure you register your do a brand registry and register for the Amazon Seller Incentive Program. And if you're already selling on Amazon, let's say you're selling on Amazon US, you want to expand into the UK or EU, so and you have your own brand, so you're eligible for this. Make sure you register for that, and vice versa. If you're already selling in Germany or UK and you want to expand to the US, boom, make sure you utilize this program and get the 5% back. 5%, for it's from the top. It's worth your while. If you want to learn more, you can just scan this code and go to Seller Central and launch the program. So check it out. The next tip here is that what Amazon calls the Amazon Agency Program. So I'm proud to say that Getira, we're a part of the Amazon Agency Program. So again, if you're opening a new Amazon account for your brand and you expect in your first year to generate $250,000 or more in sales, I can register you myself. So you can have my contact info at the end of this video, so you can check it out. But you'll get a free Amazon account representative. Usually they cost $2,500 per month, but you're gonna get your first year free. So that's a $30,000 value offer. So yeah, you can reach out to me after for more information. These Amazon reps, basically they can help you set up your account, do the brand registry, get access to special deals or email newsletter marketing stunts that they have, all these secret things or marketing things that they have. And it's free of charge for the first year, so you can try it out. And if it works, great. You save money and you generate more sales. But if it doesn't work so well, it's still okay. You saved the money. It was a free ride, and okay, at least you didn't lose anything. So that's a cool thing to consider. The next one, guys, this one is really strong. So hopefully if you're able to accommodate for this, you'll do amazing in this business. The ones that are doing this, they're having amazing results and they're really happy about it. This is called the Amazon Brand Referral Bonus Program. Long story short, once again, you have your own brand and brand registry. You can, go to the Brand Referral Bonus Program. If you want to know how to find it, go to Seller Central, top right. I believe there's a search box. Just type Brand Referral Bonus Program, and we'll give you access to it, to a register. Once you do, it's going to generate a special link, a URL, that any traffic you drive from this URL into Amazon and it generates revenue, you're going to get 10% bonus. Okay? No limit. And this is Amazon's way of signaling to you that if you bring outside traffic from outside Amazon into Amazon and it converts, we want to reward you. We want to reward you heavily. So you're going to save 10%, which is a lot. And let's say you do $1 million a year in revenue from this link. That's $100,000 you're going to give you back. If you do 10 million, that's $1 million, no limit. But also because you're bringing outside traffic into Amazon and it converts, you're also going to, it's going to improve your organic ranking. So it's a double positive for you. You're getting a lot of money back, plus you're going to do better from your competition. So it's a really strong program. You can scan here to kind of learn more and register it. I think it's if you're already bringing outside traffic, you're advertising on social media, whatever it is, might as well use this link because you're driving traffic from outside inside and it's converting. So might as well get the cash back. If you haven't yet and you want to kind of learn how to do it, at least we have this for you if you want. It's a free ebook about how to drive traffic using YouTube. Okay. This ebook was written by our Chief Evangelist Officer, Rob Stanley, also known as the Money Man. His whole Amazon and e-commerce business was based on YouTube. He made YouTube videos and drive traffic to Amazon or to his website with call to actions or just a video description. So we'll help you kind of gear and optimize your YouTube account. Yeah, at least if you are able to drive some traffic from YouTube into Amazon, use that brand referral program link. Don't forget. And let's talk about this for a minute. Let's do a quick summary, right? So here you can save 5% up to the first $1 million, right? That's pretty good. Here you can save $30,000 and hopefully get access to special deals. And here you get 10% back. So 10 plus 5, that's 5% plus $30,000 plus hopefully you generate more revenue. You can quickly see how it's stacking up and taking advantage of all these programs that's available for you, the seller out there or the brand out there. You become a sophisticated, well-oriented, well-positioned, Amazon seller or business, and you're just gonna win. So take it to your consideration. Do whatever you can do to adopt, some of them, if not all of them, if it's available for you. And I think you'll do really good. And here's a quick note about what I call tacos versus facos. Okay, a lot of the content out there, like let's say on the YouTube channel or in general when you go to conferences, do you typically see more content about advertising or more content about fulfillment, Amazon fulfillment?
Advertising for sure, both for the YouTube channel and also for the conferences.
Right. So the advertising cost, total advertising cost, or a cost or this cost. So here's a quick statistics for you. So for you guys, for you guys to consider. So tacos, which is total advertising cost to sell, typically on average, for sellers it costs up to 15% from their revenue. So up to 15% can be in the advertising cost of sell or the ads spend. And sellers are doing everything they can to kind of learn more about it, to get better, to lower, because it's very scary because you can put so much money in and maybe not get anything out. But in general, it's up to 15%. But check this out. The FACOs, which is fulfillment at a cost of sale, they can easily get between 20 to 35%. So way above this. And nobody's barely talking about it, not really thinking about it. We just did the slide with all the fee updates and changes. So there's ways to reduce it, but definitely there's ways where it's going to increase. I like to actually take most, of the sellers into the FACOS world, the fulfillment at a cost of sale, what to do there to be aware of the numbers and kind of consider strategies. I'll put it this way. So, if you're doing 20 to 35% paying in FACOS fees, by using Getida, for example, you can reduce your FACOS by up to 3% because why? What do we do, Getida? We do FBI auditing and reimbursements. So annually, we can get you back between 1 to 3% from your revenue back in reimbursements for anything that gets lost, damaged, destroyed, disappeared. So that's a lot. Imagine on the advertising, I'll tell you, if you're spending 15% on average, reducing 3%, it's like reducing 20% of your cost. I can do it just by making one decision using, Getira or another provider, any provider that you can to maximize your reimbursement. That can reduce your FACOs by 3%. That's pretty strong. That's just on the reimbursement side. There's other strategies, which we're going to touch very, very soon. So, we have a saying here on the street, you got to find a way to drop these FACOs, So that's kind of a thing that you should consider. And here's a case study to, exemplify that. So we have a case study of a $5 million seller. They sell $220,000 every 2 weeks. So that's $440,000 per month. That's about $5 million a year. And you'll see when you look at the, the blue, it's all the money coming in. And then unfortunately, you have the red, all the red money coming out. You see that, the Amazon fees looks very, very thick. And the FBA fees look very thin, which is kind of very misleading because it's not really the case. Because if you break it down, you see that fees type, the Amazon fees are only like $496, but the Amazon fees, there's actually $43,000 are actually FBA fees, and those fees are the pick and pack fees or the fulfillment fees. It goes back to FACOs, the fulfillment out of cost of sales. So it's really hiding in. They just call it Amazon fees. Instead of calling it like fulfillment fees or FBA fees, they call it Amazon fees. So it's hiding inside. So $43,000 out of $219,000, that's close to 20% just in the fulfillment fees. Okay, this is before any other FBA fees. All right, there you have restocking, refund fees, all that stuff. So let's do a quick pie chart. You see that, fulfillment fees plus the rest of the fees plus the selling fees. You see that 35% of all the seller's revenue are on Amazon fees, which are burning through the margin. So annually, it's going to cost the seller $1.75 million in fees. Okay, so once again, notice PPC spends added even more Amazon fees. So right now, I think statistically, all the articles out there are saying that Amazon sellers are paying between 40 to 50% in fees to Amazon, for all their revenue. So every dollar they generate on Amazon, 40 cents to 50 cents, Amazon keeps it because of the selling fees, the fulfillment fees, and the advertising fees. So a lot of the content is about advertising, but without even realizing that fulfillment fees are actually much, much higher than they actually would have configured. So once again, maximize your reimbursement. We're going to touch a bit more about it very soon. But for now, a quick strategy on how to reduce your fees, your FACOs. So now that we know that the major component of the FBA fees is the fulfillment fees, which is, when they pick your unit from the bin, they package it in a box, they ship it out, they charge you those fees, the fulfillment fees. And those fees are based on the weight and the dimension of your product. So the larger and heavier they think your product is, the more you're going to, pay in fees. So that's where you need to have a simple strategy in place, which is package smaller, lighter, and smarter. Small example. If you're selling a ball, in this case a football or soccer, if you're in the United States, you have two options to send it. Send it in inflated. So when it's inflated, it's like 30, 40 centimeters or inches, right? And they might charge you $10 per unit because of, it's so wide, all right, the dimensions. But instead, if you squeeze the ball and take the air out, and now it's, only 5 inches or 6 centimeters long, they're going to charge you $4 per unit. So in this case, you can save $6 per unit if you minimize or, package smaller, lighter, or smarter. In this case, it's a bit smarter because same product, it's just kind of deflating the air. And, you're able to save $6 per unit. You're going to sell 10,000 units. That's $60,000 you can potentially save and reduce your FACOs, the fulfillment out of cost of sale, right? Same thing for apparel, for a pair of jeans. If you're going to send it loose like that, Amazon system is going to calculate and say, hey, this is like 1 meter long, 60 inches long. We're going to charge you $17 per unit. But instead, if you roll it and put it in a shrink wrap, they're going to say, oh, it's much smaller. We're only going to charge you $7 per unit. So in this case, you're going to save $10, for example. I'm just making up the numbers to illustrate the differences. But once you understand, where are you paying most of the money, which is FACOs. In the FACOs, it's the fulfillment fees, right? And you can control them potentially, especially if you think very, very hard and strong about the product that you're selling. How are they packaged? Because remember, when you sell on Amazon, it's not like selling in the regular store. In the regular store, you want to have a large package. It's on the shelf. Has to look very shiny and beautiful. So the customer touches it, reads, because it also reads on the box, and then it puts it in the cart and buys it. When you sell on Amazon, it's not like that. You don't need all that stuff. Your shelf is your listing, your enhanced brand content, your videos, all that stuff. That's how you signal to the customer, that, what is the product all about so they can buy it. And once they buy it, they don't need the beautiful big packaging. They already bought it. They just want to start using it. So think smart. So if you're selling also regular stores and you're also selling on Amazon, maybe you should change your Amazon packaging so you can save a fortune on this. Okay, and reduce your FACOs. tremendously and become much, much more profitable. So if I was to reduce your FICOs, you do all the programs that I mentioned. They're gonna simply, constantly allow you to reduce your costs and stay more profitable and be a winner in this game. And then we're gonna transition a little bit into the FBA auditing and reimbursement world. Like I said, you can recover between 1 to 3% back from your revenue once again and reduce your FICOs and become more profitable. This gives you a quick overview of the timeframes allowed for types of reimbursements, at least the main ones. You have the inbound shipments when you ship products to FBA. You have 9 months in the United States to reconcile it and you get reimbursements, and you have 6 months only at the EU or UK. You have about 18 months to address any issues with loss, damages of FBA units or FBA customer return issues or FBA removal order issues. You have 18 months, which is pretty generous. You go back a year and a half. But the weighted dimensions fees, meaning if Amazon is overcharging you with fee incorrectly based on wrong information of the weighted dimensions, you only have 3 months to get the reimbursement. So make sure you get it on time. So this is a quick overview. All right. So like I said, it can be 1 to 3% from revenue. So if you are, depends on your monthly revenue or annual revenue. Let's say, let's go here. If you do 120,000, you can recover between 12 to 3,600. If you do, let's say, 3 million a year, that could be 30 to 90,000. If you have a 3% discrepancy rate. So everybody here watching this is already selling on FBA. Whatever your revenue is on an annual basis, you can do your math and calculation to kind of consider the potential you have for recovery. And like I said, it's 1 to 3%. You have up to 18 months in all the brackets, so do not miss out. Make sure you get it on time. Also, reply quickly when Amazon is asking you for more documentation. As you grow really and adding more ASIN and expand internationally, becoming more sophisticated in sales marketing, sellers very quickly become strapped for time. This is where we can really come in and help you simplify this, because with Getida, we help you maximize your FBA reimbursements in a few ways. A, we educate you so you know how to do it yourself, right? So if you want to do it yourself, here's the ultimate guide to FBA reimbursements. Okay, just scan here. It's it's an amazing project we did with the Orange Click, community and team, where this is 3.5 hours long. We go deep to kind of show you step by step, so you or your VA can watch it and learn how to do it themselves. And if you do it and you get reimbursements, it's fulfilling our mission. Our mission is to make sure you get the maximum. So we can do it in 3 ways. A, educate you so you can use this information, this guide. Second, we can do everything for you. If you join Getida, we're gonna have an offer for you very soon at the end. Or 3, we can do kind of both. You do the maximum you can do on your own to get all the reimbursements. Then Getida can back you up. So any issues you're missing out on for whatever reason, we can recover that for you. And we're only gonna charge you a fee if we're successful, because it's free to join Getida. It's free to stay with Getida. We only charge a fee based on performance, based on success. So it's really, really comfortable and makes it kind of a win-win proposition. So make sure to maximize your reimbursements so you get that 1 to 3% back and reduce your FICOs. And quick tips on when you do it yourself, what to do or not to do. First thing you got to do really for any organization, if you're the only person working, then this means that it's you, but assign a responsible team member for FBA auditing and reimbursements. This is a function we need to do for the business. I do it or somebody from my team does it. They're responsible. They're accountable. Reconcile discrepancies on time. Do not miss out. Reply to open cases instead of opening new ones. So you don't want to, for the same issue, open 10 cases. It's not the good practice, and stay professional. And like I said, don't open a case with Amazon prematurely based on raw data. So make sure you do your auditing properly and really research the numbers and don't make a mistake. Because if it is, you're going to correct you, say, hey, you're missing this info, that info, it's not eligible for reimbursement, then you get denied. So make sure it's very accurate. Do not be pushy with Amazon seller support. Don't open a case for the same issue twice. Okay, once again, you don't want to open 10 cases at the same time. You open it once, you discuss it once, you can figure it there. And don't try to game the system. Stay honest. Because some sellers say, I'm going to open 10 cases for the same issue. Maybe one of the Amazon representatives will make a mistake and pay me. That's really not usually a good practice, because you're going to take all these 10 cases, you're going to consolidate into one. And then if you really are eligible to get reimbursed and one told you you can't, but the other one said you could, it just might confuse everything. Just stay one place, be very accurate, and you'll get what's yours, and it shouldn't be an issue. So stay professional, stay honest. And a little bit more about Getida. Like I said, our mission is to help you maximize your refunds by educating you, but also partnering with you. We see ourselves as a global leader because we operate worldwide. We got tens of thousands of users, service daily worldwide. We're also an authorized member of the Amazon Select Partner App Store and Amazon Emerald program. We won the Gold Award from the American Business Award. And we also ranked 215 on the Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies in the United States. We do have a dedicated team of claim specialists, and most of our specialist team are actually former Amazon employees who worked in the reimbursement department. So we know what we're looking for, how to present the issues, how to manage all the back and forth. We also take a lot of pride in hosting many seller events worldwide. So if you want to know where we're going next, just visit getida.com/events. And we like to make our solutions risk-free for all sellers. So, because once again, it's free to join Getida, it's free to stay. There's no subscription. A little bit about my early experiences. Like I said, I started more than a decade ago. 2013, we started on Amazon. And we started Getida back in 2015. And really, by solving our own challenge on Amazon, we were able to help sellers worldwide and grow our own unique organization, family, and culture. And it's really, it keeps on growing in its own way. This is the AM5000 plaque award that we got. This is just a little part of our team in New Jersey. Like I said, we have 240 team members in 12 countries. So it's really nice to see, how we're able to help so many sellers and grow as a family. And this is where we're available worldwide. All right. So if you're wondering why you might still need help with ABO auditing, this is more things. I showed you like the basic things, but these are more things that we look into. So if anything here looks unfamiliar, it probably means that you're leaving money behind. So we highly recommend that you have a good auditing partner to maximize your reimbursements. But here now I want to take you into a quick case study about the positive impact of maximizing your reimbursement and what it actually means to the bottom line. You know, we said, you can reduce your your FACOs by 1 to 3%, but what does it mean to your actual bottom line, to your profitability? So here's a case study for you to consider. So this seller, the category is home, kitchen, outdoor, and apparel. The seller sold about $18 million worth of revenue, sold 300,000 plus units. 9,000 units got affected with all the issues. Units got lost, damaged, destroyed, predisposed, charged with all these fees, which is 2.8% discrepancy rate. And we were able to recover $151,000 in reimbursements, which added 11% to the bottom line profit. Because before Getida, the profit was 1.3 million. We added 151, so now the profit is 1.5 million. That's an 11% growth of profit. So any percentage you bring back from the top, it goes back to your bottom line, because it really, imagine that we go back 18 months on all your transactions and we float all this money, all these reimbursements back to you that you never imagined that's available. All that cash just goes back to you and it all goes to the profit line. And of course, we highly encourage that you take all this cash and reinvest it in the business. You can use the cash to launch new products or have more advertising budget, so you can drive more traffic, drive more conversion, drive more revenue, drive more profit, and grow. That's why the Getida slogan, if you can see here on the bottom, it's a little small, but I can promise you it's there. It says that more than money back, that's our focus. It's the way forward, because if you are maximizing reimbursements and you reapplying that cash and reusing it properly, it's the way forward. It's really going to help you grow. So for that, in mind, if you wanted to kind of try us out, we did prepare a $400 offer for the Orange Click community. You can just scan this code or visit getida.com/OrangeClick. And the first $400 that we're going to give for you in reimbursements will be free. We're not going to charge you anything. Okay? So it's a guarantee. You're going to have $400 extra in your pocket. After $400, if you want to leave, you can leave. If you want to stay, you can stay. But whatever it is, you're going to have $400 extra. So not only it's free to join, also we're going to get, make sure that you get a certain amount back. So hopefully it'll be helpful for you guys. And another kind of promotion that we're having, this is with Avast. Avast is a global accounting firm that's really good for cross-border accounting. So if you want to expand into the UK or EU and you do more than $10 million on FBA and you're a Getida client, so kind of three requirements: Getida client, Avast client, you do more than 10 million. We're going to cover your Avast fees up to $7,000 per year for all the VAT and VAT tax registration and quarterly applications. In other words, we want to help you expand globally. We'll help, happy to partner with you and cover your costs. So you do it. If you're not there yet, do it, try it. If you're already there and you're using both of us or just one of us, you can make the connection and use all of us and you get, more value for your business. So hopefully that's helpful. So you can scan this to learn more. And this is my information. Remember I said earlier, we have the Amazon agency program and you need to reach out. This is your opportunity. You can scan this or just email me directly, yoni@getida.com. And that's kind of it. We went over all the Amazon updates and fees. Some of them are good, some of them in the middle, some of them are bad. We talked about, strategies in Amazon programs, how to, that you can join and reduce the fees and drive more traffic and do more business. We talk about tacos versus FACOs, right? And how to kind of focus a little bit more on the FACOs and to learn how to reduce it by FBA reimbursements or packaging smaller and lighter. That's it. Hopefully this was helpful. I hope everybody enjoyed, and I bring it back to you, Lisette.
Thank you so much. You were such a good flow that you basically already wrapped up the interview for me. So you did part of my job. But thank you so much for covering the fees and also introducing those programs. So if you're watching this video and you have any questions, especially also about reimbursements part of it, then leave a comment down below, and we're gonna ask Yoni or another team member from Getida to come back to the video to answer to your question as well. And we're also having the link to Getida in the video description. So if you are not using Getida's solution yet for your business, then definitely check it out. And as Yoni explained, we have a special offer for you as well. So thanks again. I hope to see you soon, and good luck with recovering a lot of money for Amazon sellers.
Thank you very much. Bye, everybody.
I do hope you got some good ideas, and this video will make your Amazon profits healthier. If you want to get help with Amazon reimbursements, reach out to Getida's team. They will be happy to help you. You will find the link in the video description. Also a offer for signing up with Getida. And if you have additional questions about Amazon fees, write them in the comment section below. We will ask Yoni or Getida representatives to reply to them. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe buttons below. And now I recommend you to check out this video where you will learn about Amazon SIP program and how it can be beneficial for your business. So Amazon SIP means ships in product packaging. So check this out.